It is widely understood among those of us on the right that while conservatives in general largely rely upon logic and reason to argue their points, liberals tend to rely more so upon emotional appeals and making their own arguments. As such, we get things like the following video from leftist media outlet Now This, a millennial-focused, social media-heavy project created by former executives of Huffington Post, which does little more than indoctrinate young people with liberal lies and foments hatred toward conservatives in general and President Donald Trump in particular. Adam Parkelmanko, who is a Democrat political strategist as well as a former DNC national field director, Hillary Clinton's super PAC director, and advisor to the failed Democrat presidential nominee, recently shared via Twitter a cringeworthy, eye-roll-inducing video produced by Now This that merits discussion, though not for the reasons he likely had in mind. The video features a group of predominantly minority Washington, D.C. school students gathered together in a library to discuss how the Trump era has frightened them so much that several are simply reduced to tears. Trending: Lindsey Vonn suffers brutal World Cup injury after trashing Trump. The children spoke about how distressed they were due to Trump's policies regarding immigration, the travel ban, a supposed lack of gun control and other issues. In the comments on the post, a plethora of liberals shared the concerns of the students and expressed their own abject horror at what Trump has done, in their view, to tear apart and destroy the country. However, there were a few commenters who rightly noted that much of the students' fears were based on disinformation driven by the liberal media, and not based on an accurate and objective view of reality. All of that said, one of the commenters noted one thing in particular about the video, not what any of the students had said, but a poster hanging on the end cap of an aisle of books behind one of the students. The poster featured the ugly mug of an avowed communist and murderous enslaver, Cuban revolutionary leader Che Guevara. Che appears to be flanked on one side by former U.S. President Abraham Lincoln, and an unidentified man on the other, perhaps former South African leader Nelson Mandela or civil rights icon Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Regardless of the third figure's identity, the fact that Lincoln and Che are next to each other on the poster is mind-boggling to say the least, as they both represent radically different ideologies. Considering all that Che stood for as Fidel Castro's right-hand man, Marxism, communist revolution, the enslavement of black people and the wanton torture and murder of those who expressed ideological opposition, among countless other atrocities, one has to seriously question exactly why his face is on that poster. Related: Obama couldn't enforce red line for 5 years, takes Trump only 11 months, alas, for some unknown reason. Other than their thinly veiled love of authoritarianism, liberals seem to have an unhealthy infatuation with Che, as can be seen by the many t-shirts young leftists unironically wear in public. Were the producers of this video of a conservative bent, or even just centrist Americans with an objective point of view, they would have made note of the poster, had it covered or removed, or otherwise questioned its presence in a library for school children. Same goes for those who run the library. Unfortunately, the video was produced by devout leftists who either didn't even notice Che's mug because they see it so often, or did notice it and had no qualms about it being seen in the background. That, in and of itself, reveals the true agenda of the left. Please share this on Facebook and Twitter if you too wonder why a picture of Che Guevara was clearly visible in the background of this liberal anti-Trump propaganda video. What do you think about Che Guevara being featured on a poster in the background of this liberal anti-Trump video? Scroll down to comment below.